Hello, today we invite you to the Sea of Galilee, a sacred land where history, myth, and deep faith intersect. This place is more than just a geographical space. It is a special place steeped in countless miracles and narratives of change. Today, we will delve into the most impressive and dramatic story of the miracles that occurred on the Sea of Galilee. The story of Jesus walking on the waves and Peter, the disciple who believed in him and wanted to follow him. Let's explore how this remarkable story, recorded in the Bible, transcends mere legend and, harmoniously, the unique and sometimes unpredictable environmental characteristics of the Sea of Galilee, making it a vivid historical fact. The Sea of Galilee is a vast freshwater lake in northern Israel. Its geographic location is quite unique. It lies a staggering 212 meters below sea level, making it one of the lowest freshwater lakes on Earth. The area surrounding these lakes is a basin, surrounded by high mountains over 300 meters above sea level, like a folding screen. Because of these topographical features, the Sea of Galilee sometimes produces very violent and unpredictable weather phenomena, especially at night. Cold, dense air blowing in from the surrounding mountains often collides suddenly with warm air from the lake surface, heated by the sun during the day, creating strong gusts of wind and huge waves. This sudden change in weather is the main reason why a quiet lake can turn into a raging sea in an instant. The threatening storm Jesus and his disciples experienced, as recorded in the Bible, was likely a natural phenomenon created by the climatic characteristics of the Sea of Galilee. These natural phenomena were a daily danger to fishermen at the time, and Jesus' disciples would have been familiar with this as well. But the Bible tells us that the storm that night brought them beyond anything they had ever experienced. The Sea of Galilee, which served as an important backdrop for most of Jesus' life and public ministry, was more than just a geographical location. It was a sacred stage where Jesus' teachings began, and countless miracles occurred. Jesus spent much time preaching the gospel in this area, and Capernaum, located on the west side of the lake, was a major base for Jesus and the site of numerous miracles. Here Jesus healed the sick, freed the demon-possessed, and proclaimed the kingdom of God. Many of Jesus' 12 disciples came from this very Galilee region, and the key disciples, especially James, Peter and John, Andrew, were fishermen who made their living by fishing on the Sea of Galilee. Jesus called them from the lakeside and told them that from now on, he would make them fishers of men, not fish. The Sea of Galilee, their home and livelihood, was transformed into the cradle of their faith and the starting point of a new mission. Through their fateful encounter with Jesus, they immediately obeyed Jesus' call, left everything, and followed him. And this was the beginning of a great journey that would change not only their lives, but also the course of human history. The Bible records in detail, in several Gospels, including Matthew chapter 8, Mark 4, the story of Luke Jesus and his disciples encountering a sudden and violent storm while crossing the Sea of Galilee in a boat. while the disciples were trembling in fear of death in the storm. Jesus was sleeping in a wonderfully peaceful manner in the boat. When the disciples, in despair, woke Jesus up in a panic, saying, "Teacher, don't you care that we are perishing?" Jesus woke up and rebuked the wind and waves, saying, "Peace, be still." Then, miraculously, all the winds stopped, and the lake became calm as if it were alive. The disciples were astonished at his power, and asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the sea obey him." This event was a powerful miracle that clearly demonstrated that Jesus was not just a human being, but the Son of God who rules even over nature. These miracles would have further strengthened the disciples' faith. A more famous and symbolic story is that of Jesus walking on water to his disciples. In Matthew chapter 14, while the disciples' boat was suffering in the middle of a storm, in the middle of the night, Jesus prayed alone and then, at dawn, walked on the water and approached them. When the disciples saw Jesus walking on the water in the darkness, they were gripped by extreme fear and screamed, "He was a ghost." But Jesus knew their fears and said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." At this time, Peter, the most enthusiastic and sometimes impulsive of the disciples, pleaded with Jesus, "Lord, if it is you, tell me to come to you on the water." When Jesus said, "Come," Peter got out of the boat and began walking on the water toward Jesus. For a moment, Peter experienced the miracle of walking on water. But soon, he was overcome with fear when he saw the strong winds and high waves. As his faith wavered, Peter began to sink into the water and cried out, "Lord, save me." At that moment, Jesus immediately reached out his hand and caught Peter, rebuking him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" As they got into the boat, the wind died down, and the other disciples, who were in the boat, worshipped Jesus, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." This story vividly portrays Peter's human weakness and momentary wavering of faith, while at the same time deeply conveying the essence of true faith and Jesus' merciful love. Through his fervent passion for Jesus and his eventual salvation through Jesus' almighty help, this incident carries a powerful message of hope. Even when our faith wavers in the storms of life, if we cry out earnestly to the Lord, he will surely sustain us. The Sea of Galilee is not simply the backdrop for biblical stories. It holds significant historical and geographical significance. It is the nation's life-giving water source, supplying more than 40% of Israel's total drinking water, and is an important and diverse fish species. In particular, tilapia, also known as Peter's fish, is still a specialty of the Sea of Galilee, and it is strongly believed that the disciples of Jesus made a living by catching this fish during his time. Fishing was the main industry and the basis of life for the people of the Galilee region at the time. Additionally, the Galilee region was strategically important, as it was connected to the Via Maris, an ancient international trade route. Numerous cities flourished around this lake, and active exchange and trade took place. during the Hellenistic, Hasmonean, Herodian, and Roman empires. This historical context suggests that the Galilee was not simply a quiet fishing village, but a crucial crossroads of contemporary culture and civilization. In this way, the Sea of Galilee adds spiritual depth and enlightenment through the stories of the Bible. It has been an important axis that has silently supported the lives and history of the Israelites for thousands of years. The numerous archaeological artifacts and remains discovered around the lake prove that the biblical accounts are not mere fiction, but are rooted in a real historical context. Today, the Sea of Galilee is an important pilgrimage site for Christians, attracting countless pilgrims from around the world to follow in Jesus' footsteps and reflect on his teachings and miracles. Around the lake, various well-preserved historical sites directly related to Jesus' ministry, such as Capernaum and the Mount of Beatitudes, provide visitors with vivid traces and impressions of that era. The story of Jesus walking calmly through the stormy waves of the Sea of Galilee at night, and of the disciple Peter reaching out to the Lord, even in a moment of fear, goes beyond a simple miracle. It conveys a powerful message of hope and comfort that, when we do not lose faith and courage and rely on the Lord, even in the stormy trials we face in our lives, He will surely sustain us. This story continues to provide deep comfort and spiritual inspiration to countless people 2,000 years later, and it constantly prompts reflection on the essence of faith. I sincerely hope that this remarkable event that occurred on the Sea of Galilee will provide deep resonance and religious insight to those of you living today. Thank you.